Welcome to our newest creation, the Gameboy DMG XL. In today's video, we're going to show you how we created it from start to finish. I'll just show you a snapshot of how it functions. Like many of our custom consoles, we came up with an idea. Could we fit a DSi XL with a 4.1 inch screen into a DMG shell? Well, the answer is yes. We've got a tactile volume control on the side. USB-C charging port and DSi cartridge slot with a flash card inside. And of course we preloaded it with a heap of emulators from the favourite Nintendo consoles. So for this latest project, we're going to see what's the biggest size screen we can put into an original DMG. So we found this DSi LL or XL online. The top screen has some issues, but the bottom screen works perfectly. So we thought, let's try and see if we can fit a 4.1 inch screen into a DMG. So the first task is to take this apart. So it's pretty simple. We just unscrew all the screws here. There's a couple here behind the little plastic shields, and take the PCB out. Then comes the challenge. Let's see how we go. Okay, now we have a stripped down DSi XL PCB. So you can see all the connections. There's the trigger buttons and the volume, the Wi-Fi, the memory card slot with the extra trigger button, and then the controllers on the end there. So normally you can save either the cable from the top screen and bridge it with a 330 ohm resistor, or you can solder these tiny little spots there. I don't know if you can see that properly or not. The CL8 to the TP26, if you bridge those connections, that will also eliminate the top screen. And for the speakers, those two points right there and these points there. And obviously you need to trim down the PCB, which we've done here, and remove a lot of the ports so you can get ready to install it into the shell. The earphone jack you have to remove, and you have to bridge ports 4 and 5 for the speakers to work. And we generally remove the charging port there, and so we can extend and add the battery in the end there. So a little bit more progress with fitting the DSi XL into the DMG shell. We're starting to solder on the cartridge slot now, and a lot of the components have been removed off the PCB, so let's see if it fits. We've had a bit of progress, so we've temporarily just glued in the screen for now. We're also using a Raspberry Pi controller board, which is just available on AliExpress. We've connected both speakers, the stereo speakers there, and we've also finished soldering the cartridge slot. We connected the SD card back on there, as well as soldering on the trigger buttons. So the trigger buttons are from the center contact on both sides. And we also connected the A, B and X, Y buttons, as well as the trigger buttons. And the charging slot. We're going to go USB-C. So all the contacts for the buttons were actually the top right points to make it easier if you're building one at home. And the trigger buttons, we just bridged all the earths back to the board and just connected them one by one off the PCB itself. So we still have to mount the battery. We've got the connector to mount the DS battery, and then we'll give it a test and see how it goes and try to neaten it up a little. Time to give it a test just to see how it's functioning. So I just delicately turn it on. So far, so good. On the home stretch now, so after a lot of trimming, as you can see, the PCB fit inside the shell fine. We've mounted the volume buttons, the power switch, the cartridge slot, and the USB-C charging slot, as well as the buttons on the back and the battery compartment. So just a little bit more trimming on the shell, and we'll be ready to close this up and test it out for the final time. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for future videos. We've got some more projects coming very soon. Take care.